Hello, Psalm for today. This is your reassuring voice that Jesus is Lord, even when I miss Monday and Tuesday live streams. We were driving from Phoenix to Springfield, Missouri, and I misjudged the evening schedule, and I apologize for not live streaming Monday and Tuesday. Especially my apologies to those of you who use Psalm for Today as part of your devotional life each morning or evening. It's 100% my error, and I apologize, and I thank you in advance for your forgiveness. We arrived in Springfield a few hours ago and caught a quick evening meal with our daughter, who serves in ministry in various countries of the world. She is here to teach in a school of missions. We appreciate those of you who know our daughter and love her and who don't talk about her ministry so that she's safe in various countries of the world, doing the work of Jesus off the radar screen, let's say. Speaking of safety, that is the subject of this week's Psalms. Psalms for creating a sense of safety. As far as I know, there's only one psalm that refers to safety by name. I think that is Psalm 4, verse number 8. I will lie down and sleep, for you alone, O Lord, provide safety. The reason I'm interested in Psalms for safety is my studies in trauma have shown me, other people already knew, but I have learned of how the brain dysregulates. There is a dysregulation in the brain when there is a lack of sense of safety. Now, this is especially pronounced the younger you have that profound sense of unsafety or lack of safety. Those might be called adverse childhood experiences, ACEs. ACEs, adverse childhood experiences. The brain develops from the bottom up. And so when trauma or a sense of unsafety affects a child, the brain is not yet fully developed, especially the frontal lobes, which will later be fully developed and can process and regulate experiences. So adverse childhood experiences go bottom up, as it were. And so the bottom of the brain stores that trauma or stores that dysregulation. Many of you have read The Body Keeps the Score by van der Kolk. He is the leading researcher in trauma and the body, or trauma and neurology. And it is a well-known fact that the body stores that dysregulation. So you might have had dysregulation in your brain when you were 5 years old, and now you're 45 and you're wondering, why did I just have that sense of unsafety? Why did my heart start pounding? Why did I start looking around? The brain can easily slip back into dysregulation. The goal, of course, is for us to live with a regulated brain. A dysregulated brain is not optimal for peak performance in life. So people like me who've had high ACEs scores, many adverse childhood experiences in my life, we help regulate our brain by for example, sitting in a room where you can see all of the action so that nothing startling happens behind you. My wife and I went to a restaurant the other day where the cooks cook at the table, not at our table, but there were tables where the chefs would cook. And they'd do their thing with their spatulas and spoons and eggs, and catch them in their head and all this. And every once in a while, one of them would smack his metal spatula on the grill, and it would almost sound like a gunshot. Those of you who know my story know I've been around quite a few gunshots in my life, and my brain would dysregulate hearing that sound behind me. So neurotransmitter, brain regulation, neural network regulation, bringing that trauma memory up from the bottom up into your frontal lobes, so you can then live in that experience from the top down, from your frontal lobes down, is important. I bring this to our attention in order for us to consider the Psalms that deal with the idea of being safe. When we are safe, our brain can regulate. When we perceive that we are safe, our brain can regulate. Like I mentioned, Psalm 8:4 says that we can lie down and sleep, for you alone, O God, are my safety. You provide safety. You are the safe one. The concept of this psalm would be that the brain can regulate when we are aware that we are in His presence. It may be that you wonder why in the world, those of you that went to Malden Community Assembly when I pastored there, why in the world did I lead the Lord's Prayer or have it led every Sunday in every service? Why did we begin to do communion in every service on the weekends? All of that is part of training our brains, training our bodies to be able to instantly regulate. So let's just say that you attended MCA for 3 years, and every Sunday you had this sense of safety in the presence of the Lord. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Your body, you have more than one nervous system, by the way, and your parasympathetic nervous system can regulate when you hear our Father who art in heaven. Let's say you're on an airplane that hits turbulence, and you've been teaching your brain to regulate with the Lord's Prayer in weekend worship. While everybody else is panicking on the plane because of the turbulence, you close your eyes and you can say, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. And from the top down into the part of the brain that sends out emergency signals, from the top down, you can then process the turbulence. Your brain can stay regulated in turbulence. Brothers and sisters, the Bible tells us in the Psalm that it is God alone who can provide this safety. That's why we can be regulated in a turbulent airplane ride, because it's not the airplane that keeps us safe. It's not the pilot and the flight attendants that keep us safe. It's God. We train our brain from the top down to know that our brain is safe. You are safe. I am safe only by God and His grace and His presence. So I'm safe within the arms of God. So let the storms rage high, the dark clouds rise. They don't worry me, for I'm sheltered safe within the arms of God. Sure, the plane can go all the way down and you can die. The plane can go all the way down and I can die. But guess what? As the plane goes down, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, life's dark, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. What does the Psalm say? It says, you alone provide a sense of safety. And Psalm 23 says, you are with me. Therefore, we can train our brain to stay regulated in the presence of Jehovah. Iris, it's time for us to hear you sing, in the presence of Jehovah. God Almighty, Prince of Peace. You can train from the top down certain songs that will help your brain stay regulated, certain memory patterns, etc. My 10 minutes is up. I love you guys. I apologize for Monday and Tuesday.